pretty sure that this is full Jude mode. I'm really excited about wearing a hat. They announced a few weeks ago that all of the women would be wearing hats for Easter Sunday, and if we didn't have one, to come in and get one. But I had this one I found somewhere. And then, of course, I've got all of those hats at my Nana's house that I could have worn. I probably should have worn the pirate hat, but this kind of matches. And I'll show you my full outfit. It's kind of ridiculous, but you know, it's fun. I've been really, really, really depressed. I just, you know, I know that the way that life was supposed to happen, and it didn't happen that way for me. And I feel like all ways that I've been cheated, and I know it's because I've made choices when I've been in the different modes that have worked against me, and that's why I never found a nice guy. Or maybe the guys that I found could have been nice guys if I'd been nicer, you know? And so, but that's not the way that I am. I make a lot of mistakes, and people use those against me and think that I'm a certain way when that's not how I am. I am a good person, and I love everybody. And today is Easter, and Jesus loves me just as I am. And I wish that I could love myself just as I am, but I sometimes can't. And that's okay. So, I'm gonna have a great day today. We're starting to clean at my dad's business. Oh, one thing that I didn't get to do is I ran out of time, and I got my hair done yesterday, but I didn't get to curl it, and it's a little bit frizzy. So I may try to, no, I don't have anything with me, so it's just gonna have to be this way, and that's okay. But I got my hat on, and today's gonna be a good day. And I'm going back to my dad's house. We are listing his business for sale in the next week or so, and I've got to start cleaning. I already started because there was trash all over the grounds. There's like 5 acres around the business. It's a stockyards. So the guy that's been leasing it from us, he doesn't keep it very clean, and my dad didn't keep it very clean whenever he ran it. So there is trash like everywhere. But I started cleaning it last week and really handicapped myself because I was bent over and my back has been screaming for the last 2 days that I've been at home. I've been in a lot of pain, and my moods, Jesse and Harper, have not been present at all. It's just been me being sad and Bree being mad over the state of our body and the state of our mind, and that people think that I'm faking this, and you know, if I'm faking it, it sure has destroyed my life. So yeah. But anyway, today's gonna be a really good day because I'm gonna clean up at the stockyards and try to get it in shape. There's a lot that needs to be moved out. There are a lot of file cabinets that are broken that I need to take to the dump. There's a lot of paperwork that needs to be burned. There's just a lot that needs to be done. And yeah, I know that I'm going to be working on the Sabbath, but I think Jesus does not necessarily care about that because I've been resting the last few days and trying to be a good girl. So, and I haven't gone to the bar at all. And I've thought about that guy, but I've not been obsessing about him. And so, not much. I don't know. Just Jesse and I really want to find somebody. I should have somebody. I don't know that that's a baby thing to be thinking about, but that's kind of the way that I am. I'm very childish right now, because I need to grow up, and maybe I never will. But I'm hoping that I will, and I'm hoping that I get better every single day. Today is actually a good day because I'm not in full panic mode. My awesome beautician also did my eyebrows darker, so they look really fierce, and Bree loves them, but they're not perfect, and I don't like that. I want them to be perfect. Like, this one's pretty perfect. And I really wish, I do wish that we could get an eyebrow ring, but my dad doesn't like them, and he already gave me money for the eagle tattoo in order to not get the eyebrow ring, so I better not do it while he's alive. That would not be very fair of me, because I did make that deal. I don't know, there's a lot of pressure going on right now because we have this huge loan that we need to pay off, and it's charging us like a lot of money in interest each year. So we're selling some land, and we're also selling the stockyards. But the land, we've had a couple of offers, but they came in under what my dad is wanting, and so this last one was just $25,000 underneath what my dad was wanting, but I think he's wanting to let it die, and it is his decision, so I need to kind of go with it. But I really think that we should let it go, because I'm really worried. I'm worried that we'll lose our farm if we've got enough to pay the note for the next 2 years, but then after that we're gonna be in dire straits. And also, if we have to pay the huge loan payments, right now I don't have a job, and I can't get a job, and honestly I don't even know if I want a job, because I have days when I'm just a mess. So I'm kind of torn, and I got a HELOC in order to have money to live on while I looked for a job. But I mean, that's going down fast, because I'm having to pay off the HELOC too, and my house payment, and all my bills at my house. So I probably need to get my house in order, which I've started doing. I actually did pretty good. I've got 2 big boxes of clothes that I need to take, because when you have a dissociative disorder and you have all these girls on the inside, we like different things. Like, this outfit is one that I like. I wish that we would dress like this all the time. But this is not how Harper and Bree like to dress. They like to dress more like rocker chicks. And then Jessie likes to be more adult looking when she's around. But she's not been around because of spring being so hard. Spring is so hard. Like, spring is so bad. I don't know what causes our pain to be so much worse in the spring, but I don't know if it's the barometric pressure, because like today, it's really cold. it's like probably 50 or 40 degrees, and then this afternoon it's probably going to be in the 90s. We've had some days when it's been in the 90s, and then we had one day when we had a freeze warning where it was 29 degrees, and it goes back and forth like that all the time here in Kentucky in the spring. And I think that affects the bones. I think that affects the muscles and the tendons. You know, nobody knows exactly what causes fibromyalgia, and I definitely don't know, but I know that after our China trip, almost overnight, I developed this disorder, and Jesse and Harper disappeared. And they're back now, but during the spring, it's really hard for them to be present. So, and I do have a bit of a cold and sniffles, so maybe it's allergies and the pollen and all of that also. I don't know. I don't know what makes spring worse, but spring is really worse. Spring is worse for me, pain-wise, and so that affects everything. And then the holidays are worse from a mental perspective for my parents, because I'm spread so thin, and when I'm not with them, they realize that they're alone, and that's hard. And maybe I realize that I'm alone too, you know, because my sister she got really smart after her first divorce, and she decided that she was not going to get with anybody that was going to not support her and love her, and she even told my mom at one point, she said, you know, I know that I've got her second husband now, and he's wonderful. She said, but if it ever messes up between us, it's not going to determine my happiness. And that's really easy to say when you've got somebody. But I don't need to be looking for guys in a bar, though. They're probably just as messed up as I am. So I've decided that I'm not going back. Now, Bree and Harper still want to play pool. Like, they're interested in playing pool and darts, because we used to do that years ago when there was actually a big pool place that was in our town years ago, and it's not there anymore, so the only pool tables are in the bars, but they really want to play pool and get better at pool again, because we're not very consistent right now with our shots, and we definitely don't know how to make bank shots. So they're thinking about putting feelers out on Facebook just for friends of ours on Facebook, specifically former students. It would be nice to see some of them, and also they would know that I would be interested in anything like romantic with them or anything like that. Which, you know, that's always the problem when you reach out to people to play pool with you in a bar, is that you get the romantic stuff involved, and I don't need to be I'm not ready for somebody right now, because I'm still all over the place, and my moods fluctuate back and forth. You never know what kind of mood or whatever I'm gonna be in from day to day. Like, you know, I think the only reason why I'm me right now is because it's Easter, and I am dressed in this outfit which is more my style, and it's Easter, so today is all about Jesus. And there's still a lot of questions about God in our mind, and it's a lot easier to just ignore them sometimes than to think about them. And maybe that's why we do that. Maybe that's why we get out of worshiping God mode and get in more of human depressed mode. Because I don't have all the answers, and it upsets me that I don't have the answers, because I'm obsessive compulsive, undiagnosed, but still I definitely am. And I think I'm undiagnosed because I'm a very good masker with these other modes of myself who get in front of me and take over, and I'm still obsessing in the background, but they're pushing me under because you can't live your life when you're obsessing all the time. So the plan now is that we're going to go and do another ayahuasca weekend, and this time the focus is going to be on why I'm so obsessive compulsive and how to cure that. And I know that last time Mother Aya or the Holy Spirit or Jesus or whoever it was, which I think that they're all the same, said, "You're driving the train, darling. You're the one that's driving this train." But I sometimes feel like it's going way too fast, and I can't control it because there's just so much that needs to be done that hasn't been done, because my father's just like me, you know. I think he's got that part in him that is like this. Maybe everybody does. Maybe everybody does. I don't know. I just know that I want the world to be a better place, both at home and in my life, and also in general. Because I tell you, the stuff that we're doing now, it is not going to make the world better. If you think that going after disadvantaged minority peoples and trying to force them to fit in the boxes that you want them to be in and be and be how you want them to be, and then also going after peaceful people that are just trying to get out of war zones, who have amnesty, and then you're still arresting them and put them in concentration camps where children are being, I mean, these are jails that children are in. And then bombing countries that haven't done anything to us. Yeah, those countries do need to change. They're really bad for women. But we shouldn't be involved. We should mind our own damn business. I don't know. You know, I think that too many people want to force other people to be how they want them to be, And then I do the same thing with my mother. And my father. I want to force them to be different than how they are. But that's because how they are hurts me. How they are annoys me. Because I see myself in them. I see Bree in them. I see Harper in them. I see me in them. I see Jesse in them. All the irrationalities that I do. And I feed off of them. When they do their shit, then I do my shit. When my mother is negative, then I become negative. When my father is inappropriate, I become inappropriate. And I don't want to be that way anymore. And I don't want to be like this either. Just all worried about everything all the time. So today's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a busy day. And I'm going to get a lot of stuff done. And I'm going to hopefully get a good message from Jesus today on the day that he rose. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. We tend to think that he's just the example that we all needed. He was a great, great person. You know, if you believe all the stories about him, he was a wonderful person. He was very wise and became God and tapped into God. And we can all do that and become like him if we lose all of this human crap that we have. So whether he rose or not, he was still God, and his lessons are still good for us, and we should follow them and love everyone, including my parents. This is not how it was supposed to be, though. You're supposed to leave your parents and have a spouse. But that didn't happen for me. And probably never will, because I'm fucking nuts. Alright. Have a happy Easter. Bye.